boundaries.
Okay, hold on one sec. That's
hold
coming
on,
from
let
you.
me finish.
Hold on, wait.
I'm gonna finish.
No, you're not.
Oh, yes, I am.
You're gonna finish.
So
you're on my show. Hold on. You're on my show. Understand where you're at. Okay.
What's up, YouTube? This is JB Reacts with another video. Now today we got the Fresh and Fit podcast. Now I know a lot of the guys and gals out there don't F with them, but this segment right here that we about to cover is going to be very telling. I think everybody can learn something from this, men and women. Now, starting out, I'm going to play this at a point to where they're asking the women what would they do if they were a man for like 24 hours. Now, the two women on this panel, we got one woman that's going to get checked later on. Crazy. And the other woman, older woman herself, successful, she's going to get told about the realities of how men actually operate in the dating market. We're about to dive into this thing. I'm going to be bouncing around from the whole segment because this is a long episode. I'm not doing the whole thing. We're just going to hit the meat, the potatoes, and give it to y'all. Let's dive into it.
Stick to the polls.
What would you do if we took your brain and put it in a man? What would you do?
This is hilarious. This is a funny thing.
All right, so this is lady one, and the next lady is the one right next to her. I'm not going to talk a lot. I'm going to let it play out.
It's the same thing I'm doing right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Consulting, sales.
Do you think you'd be taken more seriously?
Probably, yeah.
That's fair.
All right, fair.
Actually, no. Like, I would say like the old me would say yes to that, but no, I'm taking it serious now. Like,
No, but like, let's say you took the things you know now, and you put yourself in a man's body.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think you'd be better off, like, with people taking you seriously? You wouldn't have to deal with maybe, because you're in sales, so dealing with, what's the term? Objections.
Yeah.
Objections.
Think you'd deal with less objections as a male
Yeah.
in sales?
Maybe, probably.
They probably want to smash too, right now.
I don't know. You can work with it in terms of objections. You know.
No,
Just be
but I'm
smooth
just
with it,
asking,
be
like, do you
funny.
think you would get less objections if you were a male? Is my question.
Maybe.
Okay. Yeah. All right,
Okay.
so.
Yeah, this girl's a real serial entrepreneur, like very hard go-getter sales woman.
What about you?
Yeah.
Same thing you're doing now?
I will be an investor. It's kind of like the same thing, but I will be an investor.
Okay.
I think they play
This
hard.
woman look like she eat whole babies. She just got a real creepy face to me. Another very successful real estate she does real estate titles. She has her own company, so very successful. She just looks really creepy to me.
So if I were a man, I would be a billionaire right now, because they are super tough in business.
Okay.
Investing. They just get a group and they just invest, and no women can just be allowed. So I will be an investor. I will have healthier choices, which is waking up earlier, being in the gym, breaking it. Like,
So if you were a
Look at that.
man,
masculine traits.
you wouldn't do the title company. You
no,
would.
I will be an investor.
You'd be an investor instead.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
That's fair.
I mean, you could make quite a bit of money doing a title company though, because all the deals come through you in
Yeah,
Florida.
an investor is better.
But she's saying it's more passive than what she does.
Yeah,
More
yeah.
aggressive.
It's more passive.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
men, what
yeah.
they do is they come together as a group, right? Boys,
No
they
girls
come
allowed.
together. No, they
Why
don't
can't
play.
women be investors?
Not like that.
Yeah,
I'm
why
talking
though?
about commercial deals.
You
Not a
gotta
lot
be
of
rich.
women are
Okay.
big deals. Trust me, I've seen it.
All right. W. Graham. And she ain't lying though. Yeah, She's she keeping ain't it real, lying, bro.
She's
Drug
right.
I
me.
mean, it's true. They come up with the cash, not theirs, obviously, right? Because it happens. They come up with the cash, somebody else's cash, pull out 5 men, boys, whatever you want to call it, and that's how they buy these buildings.
Man,
like,
boys?
all of this.
Yeah. In the
And
commercial
not
world,
even
yeah.
from the United States. They're all over, like,
All over the country.
all over the country. Dubai,
Colombia. Everywhere.
India, Colombia,
Yeah.
like not even the States. Literally half of the stuff right now are selling are not only like by US people.
Okay, so I see what you mean now. You're saying
All right, so I just wanted to kind of play this portion to show where you can just see the size of how entrepreneurial they are and how serious they are about business. So now we're going to fast forward down the line, and we're going to get to the point to where the dreams get a little crushed. At least the older woman's dreams gets crushed right now for a bit.
she's done a good job of holding the clock back, right, with surgery and all this other shit. But the reality is 25-year-old J-Lo still looks better than 55-year-old J-Lo, unfortunately.
Yeah. Facts.
So that's your number one.
Yeah, looks I would say is number one. Right. And then age comes into age
She don't
has
like
to do
that.
with looks, but then I would also say like behavior, of course. But like what I've come to realize is like the older women are, the less likely they are to change. They're going to be more stuck in their ways. They're going to have a certain way that they live their life.
Yeah.
And they're really not going to deviate from that. especially if it's made them successful. So, for example, right, like you two, right? You guys probably have.
It's another older lady with the white hat with the smiley face on it. She's also successful. This lady is like 50 something. She don't look it. I will say that. A nice looking Colombian lady, 50 something. She's successful. The one that I said that look like she eat babies. She's like 50 something. And man, like, yeah, let's just keep listening.
Routine now at this point. You made quite a bit of money. You're successful.
I'm ready to change my routine for the right man, honey.
It's too late, bro.
So
It's too late.
you know, I get that. That's great that you're willing to acclimate, but you know,
Just
I'm waiting for my leader.
yeah. But
But your leader got to be somebody beyond the normal level of a guy. Most guys aren't going to be on the level that you at to even lead you. So you looking in the wrong places because the guys that you looking at, they not looking at you. And we're going to pull our Instagram up also, guys.
it's gonna be tough because that guy's gonna have to come in.
It's not tough. He's gonna come in. He's on his way.
Yo, he won't come in, all right?
He's on his way.
Yeah.
Delusion.
So I have like a question, right?
Delusion. Before this woman asks her question, because I don't know what that's about, we about to pull up the Instagram of the all right, so this is the Instagram of the older lady. As you can see, very aged looking. As you can see. Trying to hold the clock back. Got a very masculine face. Wears, makeup. Oh yeah, and she's with the other lady on the panel. And you got the.
We are ready, and it's going to be so excited. We're going to help entrepreneurs, business leaders, get your mindset right for 2025. So it doesn't matter what's going on around you right now. It doesn't matter who's going to be president. 2025 is going to be your year. We're building leaders in the kingdom to be fruitful and multiply. So it's going to be a free event, guys. Free event. So bring your brothers, your sisters, your co-workers. This is it. No.
You want to wake up next to that? You want to wake up next to that every morning. You want that telling you to make breakfast in the morning. Or get up, let's go get breakfast in the morning. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't be a regular dude dealing with that. You got to be somebody that's times 10 on her. But like I said, the times 10 guys on her don't want this.
So let's talk about Miami.
She's not built the best either.
Prices are high. Yes.
I'm gonna go to some body photos to where y'all gonna see it and be like, whoa, like, I think I can go to this one. Yeah, look at her on the left side right here. With the shorts. Like, come on, man. A dude, like, come on, right there. A dude that's like super successful ain't about to take that on if he don't have to.
Yeah.
Because I have like a lot of my friends are older than me.
Yeah.
And they like to date younger because they feel like
Merch.
older men don't really do it for them like younger guys. Like in multiple ways. Like they
What
feel
do your girls do for work?
what do they do for work?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
one of them, she's like a stay-at-home wife, but her man's younger.
Hold on.
It's cap, bro.
Oh, okay. But he has money?
Yeah.
Okay. So he was able to overcome the age thing with his money. You actually become far more attractive. So you're better off. So that wouldn't be an issue. The other thing too with living with a woman is you become familiar. And unfortunately for women, familiarity builds contempt. No, stay and watch movies with me. Oh, let's have ice cream. My feelings. Why? So it's like what ends up happening, and they've done studies on this with men that are married and have kids. Their testosterone actually goes down. They start getting complacent, start gaining weight. They start feeling comfortable. And as a man, I think comfort is one of your arch nemesis.
Well, basically at this point, the ladies was asking him about would he be married? He said he want multiple wives, so on and so forth. He said he won't live with any of them. He wants to live in separate houses. And now he's explaining why he feels like guys shouldn't live with women. Now, this is his opinion on this. Let's just listen.
So to stay sharp, you either live alone or live with guys that are also ambitious.
Live with guys.
Live with men, yeah. If I mean, I live alone, but like, if you really want to have, competition, like you live in a big ass mansion with like your buddies or some shit or your brother, I think that's a good way to. That's better off than living with a woman. So, and then also the other thing too that's important.
You wouldn't get complacent living in a crib with like a bunch of men?
No, because men naturally compete.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Men naturally compete. So that wouldn't be.
Even if you wouldn't be competing on work, you'll be competing on who getting the most chicks outside. So it's always going to be some type of competition. I'm not saying I agree with that, but I get what he means on the competition part.
An issue. The other thing too with living with a woman is you become familiar, and unfortunately for a woman, familiarity builds contempt, right? And I've always said like a woman's imagination is like your best tool as a guy. So when she doesn't know what you're doing all the time, you actually become far more attractive. So you're better off not living with her. There's just too many advantages to not living with women, right? But between being lazier, getting fatter, losing your drive, losing your edge, being too familiar. Women need a lot of stimuli to stay attracted to a man. And I think by you not being with her, you inevitably ignite these stimuli that will make you more attractive.
Nah, man, I think it's on the guy.
I do think space makes the what's the saying, like distance makes the heart grow fonder. Yeah, I think women do need you to be going some, or you need to be away from her so she knows like, man, I really miss my guy and this and that. But if you home all the time with her, attraction is gonna be lost. You need to be out working, doing something productive. I would hope to where it just builds that want.
To have those boundaries to not let something like that happen, for him to give up on his workload and not go to work so he can watch a movie. Like, no, like that's on the guy to hold his boundaries
Okay,
straight.
hold on one sec. That's
But hold
coming
on,
from
let
you.
me finish.
Hold on, wait.
I'm gonna finish.
No, you're not.
Oh, yes, I am.
You're gonna finish.
So
you're on my show. Hold on. You're on my show. Understand where you're at. Okay? That's number one.
Okay.
Number two, you got to understand, just because I already know where you're going with this, 'cause I'm talking to 3,000 plus women, a lot of them successful like you, understand that a minority of women have that mindset. And a minority of women understand that a man's job comes first. Most of them are more interested in, I come first. Fuck your job, so hang out with me. And the guy...
All right, let's just address the fact of how he had to check her. She's very quiet right now. She's going to try and explain, which I'm going to try and bounce around. I'm not sure the exact moment, but then she's going to try and explain about wanting to be reverted from being so masculine and aggressive because of what she did, and she's going to be very regretful for it. Continue.
I will have to listen to a bunch of lip and headaches for going to work. So what will he do? To avoid the argument, he will stay with the wife.
Well, your dad is really
But
successful.
you gotta
Hold on.
work and make the
That's my
money.
point.
If
That's
you don't
my-
go to
hold on.
work,
Be
how are
quiet.
you gonna make the
Be quiet.
money?
The point I'm trying to make
Keep
is
checking
she
everybody.
understands
Look
that
how
going
she
to work is
looking.
important because she's an entrepreneur. But most women aren't. And they're going to be angry and feel some type of way by you going to work instead of hanging out with her. So that mindset
Yo, she look blow right now, y'all. Like the face expression, she just like, I just got checked, and I kind of like it.
that you have is a minority of females.
But you see, now there, what you're saying is you already know that you have to be with a woman who's an entrepreneur or who understands that coming from you in order for you to have a relationship with her. Because if you're attracted from a regular woman, a female, you're attracted, and she works a 9 to 5, and then you start the relationship with her, and she's very needy, you know right there and then, that's a no-go. So
Okay.
you can't continue this.
Let's have fun with this. Let's rewind like 20 seconds. A successful entrepreneur, right? Right here, right? I was making a statement, or she was making a statement. I cut in, and she said, I'm going to finish. And I was like, no, you're not going to finish. I'm going to finish. Here's the thing with entrepreneurial successful women. They behave like men. They're assertive. They're dominant. If I let her, she would have gone ahead and tried to overtalk me on my own show.
And combative.
And combative. And I don't like to use that example, but I think it's the most organic example that we literally just witnessed now. Entrepreneurial women tend to have these traits that are very masculine. Guess what? I don't want to date myself. I want to date a woman that's a woman. What I say goes. I'm not going to sit here and argue with you. This isn't a committee. This isn't equality. None of that shit.
Shut up,
So,
bitch!
though you're saying be with an entrepreneurial woman because she'll understand your grind, that's cool and all, but then I have to deal with the headaches of arguing with her like we almost just got into now.
Yep.
So that's why we don't like entrepreneurial women, because we don't want to date ourselves.
But
Thank you.
Hit it right on the head right there. Let's continue.
I appreciate that. Correct me, like we've been over masculinized in this society for sure. I want to be feminine.
Okay, but here's the problem.
But hold on.
Hold on.
Too
Thank
late.
you,
Hold on.
genuinely.
You see that?
Thank
No,
you.
hold on. You think I enjoyed telling you to be quiet, I'm going to speak? It's very annoying. Imagine doing this every fucking day.
Yeah.
So, men want to just be able to have peace and relax. We don't want to have to argue with you. Now, they're like, great, like I want more guys that could do that. Most of us don't want to do that shit.
Yeah.
I have to already go out into the world and fight men all the time when I'm competing.
Yep.
Last thing I want to do is be talking, and then my girl sits there and says, well, I'm talking, I want to say something because she's an entrepreneur and she runs her business, and then I got to fight with her. Like, no, we'd rather just deal with a girl that's young, attractive, not going to argue with me and everything else like that. So entrepreneurial women think you guys think you're like super attractive and a catch, but to be honest with y'all, a lot of you guys are headaches. No offense.
But a relationship is a two-way. You have to give and take. And right now, in that scenario right there that you just told her, I know you didn't want to go through that.
Yeah.
But by you telling her, she already said, you know what, I'm sorry. Forgive her. And then you're like, you know what, all right.
Sorry,
So you move
raise your
forward.
hand if you're married. Okay, got you, right?
Now, I get what you're saying. On paper, that's like, that could work, but you got to understand there's death by 1,000 paper cuts. I don't want to have to sit there and constantly have to assert my dominance and my masculinity to my girl all the time. It's annoying.
Shouldn't have
Like
to.
I'm
All
doing it on this
females.
show, right? Because it is what it is. But what I'm trying to explain to you is that it's extremely tiresome and annoying and frustrating to constantly have to assert your masculinity with your woman. Does that make sense?
You shouldn't have to. You should be able to come home and everything is just kind of already understood for as the things that you might want and don't want. But to have to check that's what dudes get burnt out on, is having to check all the time. You don't want to have to check your girl, man. You just want you and your girl need to understand each other to where y'all both don't cross, certain boundary lines, or just like the guy being annoying and she's being annoying on purpose. Is more so about, everybody just know their role and how to operate and go from there. But I'm not checking you every single second of the day. That's annoying.
But would
Because
you
we already
not,
have to do that when we go out into the real world.
Yeah.
would
So
you
you
not have
basically
that
don't want
with
her-
the girl who was wanting to eat ice cream and be in bed all day, though? Who's whinging on it?
Because I could just tell her, no, I'm not going. Or sorry, I'm not gonna go have ice cream with you. I might have to deal with a little bit of a headache later on. Like, but what's easier? Me telling her I'm not eating ice cream with you and I leave, versus a girl that she'll understand. Okay, baby, I understand. You got to go work, or whatever. But then when I come home, she's challenging me on everything.
Yeah.
You got to pick your battle, right? So I'd rather deal with a submissive woman that I could tell her, no, I'm doing this, versus a girl that she understands my struggle because she's also an entrepreneur, but I got to deal with her masculine energy all the time.
So you'd rather like a lapdog girlfriend?
See, that's another extreme.
Fresh just called it out. That's an extreme situation.
Yeah.
See, here's the problem,
I
right?
know, but I feel like that's what it is.
No, you say you feel
Fresh,
like.
get her.
You feel like. See, here's the problem,
Get
right?
it fresh.
A lot of guys work their asses off for the home, and to come home to a nagging person is incredibly destructive.
And vice versa.
And it's funny
Agreed.
because a lot of men say,
Yeah.
"Oh, well, I can help you, babe. I'm an entrepreneur too as well." The problem is, you guys kind of attack us passively, not always directly. You might say, "You know what? All right, my man's home, but I feel like he's doing X, Y, Z." Versus he's tired. He wants to relax, sit down, and just chill.
Sit
You're
down,
like,
massage, back rub.
Baby,
Hold on,
on your
hold on.
way. You're on your
Do
way.
that,
I'm
though?
ready. Eat dessert first.
If I had a husband, I would. If I had a man at home, yes.
You should.
hold on. What happens is though, you guys.
Yo, the one in the middle now, she trying to be so submissive now, like just so feminine. I mean, she just right there just sitting because she know like how she just presented herself. It's crazy.
Often, more often than not, you guys nag them slowly but surely, and it's funny because like you think you're helping them, but you're actually hurting them. And the guy
Yes,
that's working his ass off is like, "Yo, come home to you to chill and relax and wind down." You're making it worse by arguing with me.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's annoying.
Wait.
What about those men who are like successful and they're like bosses and then they like to come home and be bossed around by their wife?
It's a different percentage of men.
Well,
I'm not gonna
let's say that argument
That's
is
a minority
and
of men.
it's not-
Yeah.
it's not like-
It's a
amount of
minority,
men,
bro.
small amount of
Yeah.
men.
And not like,
You're talking about. She's talking about the sexual deviants that like to get dominated.
wow,
Bro, this
that's
is a
not
minority
what
of
I'm
men.
talking
Yeah.
about, but that's who. But
Yeah, you are.
No, you are talking about the sexual deviants who want to get like bossed around and punked out and snapped on.
no, because there's some men who
Oh,
like
he's a boss
they come
guy.
home and
He
they
has
like their
money.
woman to take the lead.
They
It's not
let the woman
necessarily
do it?
like an argumentative thing.
Would you respect that man?
Huh?
Would you honestly respect that man?
Well, yeah, because he's the one that's going out and doing what he has to do.
You can't, bro.
I'm not happy.
I feel like there's a
Where's
lot
your
of
man now? Then?
Cap.
Where's your man now?
Thank you so much. This has been so. This whole thing
Eye-opening?
has been. Oh my god. Well, I mean, I've done a lot of work for
Enlightening.
myself, but to hear you guys talk, straight up, it's been amazing.
Well, I think the thing is that guys can't be honest about this because
Yeah,
it's a
sucks.
very uncomfortable conversation, and guys want to get laid, so they're not going to tell you,
Of
hey,
course.
you're annoying, or hey,
Yeah,
you're
hey,
too
bitch.
domineering, hey,
bitch.
I don't
Yeah.
really give a fuck about your opinion. I'm going to do what I want to do anyway because you're a woman and I'm a man. Men can't really be honest about these things.
Yeah.
And again, I don't want to, and I don't mean to use you as an example in this situation,
no,
but
please.
but I think it's very important that it's a learning lesson where you didn't even feel it. You're like, oh no, I'm gonna say something because I'm sales, I'm assertive, like etc. And then I had to remind you, you're still a fucking female and you're gonna be quiet when I talk. But again, this is a skill set that very few men possess, and very few men are willing to assert for fear of coming off as a misogynist, a chauvinist, an asshole, not getting laid, whatever. So most guys are scared to put their foot down with women because we live in this feminized world where we tell men that men and women are equal and we all deserve the same privileges and rights. Versus me, I don't look at women as equals. Quite frankly, I look at you guys as inferiors. And the reason why, but some of you guys might say, well, that's misogynistic. That's fucked up. But guess what? Guys that think like me are the best providers because we're not going to let you pay a bill. We understand that we have burden of performance. We got to protect and provide. I don't look at you guys as an equal. And despite what society says about we should be equal, that's not what you guys are fucking attracted to. You want a guy that could put you in your place, pay the bills, and you could just relax. That's what you want.
That's what most.
But if
that's what most women want. I'm gonna check this girl's Instagram too, guys. I meant to do it a second ago. All right, so Taylor Ann Speaks, man. This is her Instagram. Want to get this up? Yeah, very business minded.
Know the real power about storytelling and helping people. It's not about you. It's about your audience.
Yeah, saleswoman. Big saleswoman vibes. You know, she looks the part. She's not ugly. She's attractive. But yeah, just very, you know, what are you doing? Yeah, she on the trips or whatnot. She just very, you know, serial entrepreneur. You could tell she's a go-getter, you know. But I don't think she realized that a lot of guys aren't attracted to that go-getter energy like that. Some are, but a lot aren't. She got little yams out. I see. Okay. Yeah, but a lot aren't attracted to all that salesman energy, man. That salesman energy is annoying, you know. And you're gonna try and use that salesman energy on your guy at home. Probably you're gonna try and sell him on shit. It's gonna get annoying. The segment almost over, y'all. Let's just continue.
Right? So I look at it like I don't look at women as equals because for me to be a leader and be a dominant and do what you need, I can't look at you as an equal. I can't. Because if I look at you as an equal, I'm going to say, oh yeah, guys invaded the house. It's your turn to deal with this. Like, no, that's my job. I got to go fucking deal with it, not you. So that's why
you beat this nigga up.
Egalitarian mindset that we live in has been so destructive, which comes back to feminism.
Well, I would say definitely, I agree somewhat to what you say, because honestly, I feel like there's a partnership between men and women, should be a partnership, which that's broken. And I would say the majority is what we said before. Women are right now feminist, and we put you guys down. I don't do that anymore because obviously I learned my lesson. I had to work on myself. Because I know what I did as a woman, as a feminist woman, right? Who I used to be and who I was. But right now, I would say definitely that we need to give men their place. 100%. God first, men, wife,
children,
and then the children. Even the children, because the children will go away.
Yeah.
So a lot of women put their children first, and they forget about their men, and then that's where the whole thing start, going
the
after
only thing I would
else.
disagree with that on is because you said partnership.
Yeah.
A partnership assumes equality. And you even said just now, because you referenced the Bible, God, man, and woman.
Correct.
Well, if there's a hierarchy, by definition, it means it can't be a partnership. So, because a partnership assumes equality. And that's kind of where I come in. And I'm
Bible,
like, no, it's not I look at it more like the man is the boss and the woman is the assistant or the aide, the secretary. And I think that's the best way to look at it because the man's in a leadership role. He's dictating things and the woman is there to assist. But like when we assume a partnership, that assumes equality. And I think that's where we fuck up. Once a man thinks he's equal to you, he's not going to perform. So he needs to be put in the leader's role.
Yeah. You're right.
Which comes with more responsibility.
But there's some men who naturally like, I don't know, at least like, okay, so like my last relationship, I feel like he was more feminine in the sense of like he was looking at me like, all right, so what we gonna do, babe?
Yeah, how'd that relationship go?
It didn't go. That's why I left.
There you go. Congratulations.
But a lot of men are like that nowadays, where they want like.
And that's a problem.
A woman.
Yeah, that is a problem.
Yeah, that's a problem.
You guys wanted it.
Well,
when you were equal to men.
I
know you got
it.
Look what you cost.
So what
I didn't want that.
What does a
you can
submissive
think
woman look like?
the feminization of men, right? The feminization of men is a direct result of the mass exploitation of feminism. Because guys feel like, oh, we're equal now. And if I feel like we're equal, I'm going to look to you to provide a certain portion. You got to and that's if you're lucky. Most guys, they'll be on some pussy shit, say, just pay for me.
Yeah.
But that is feminism.
Also, you chose him. You had a point?
Yeah, just like a genuine question. So what does a submissive woman look like? And in the context of having a conversation, let's say y'all are having a back and forth conversation, and like he interjects like that just happened. This is a genuine question.
Yes, sir.
And interrupts.
She's still hurt from that.
Would the woman just like let that happen and be like, yo, like I was just mid thought? Like how does that
Bruh.
work in terms of a respect standpoint?
It's eating her up inside. It's eating her up. She don't like that. She just trying to figure out still like, what did I do something wrong? Did I not do what I was supposed to do?
Well, honestly, being submissive does take self-control. And if your man is one you trust and respect and he's leading you, he does it with love, not out of hate. Now, obviously speaking, you want to have your voice heard. So when he's finished, hey, babe, can I tell you how I feel now? Cool. But in mid cutoff, it's not like, oh, F you, like, I don't care about you. It's just like, hey, listen, I know what you're going to say. I got you. Don't stress about it. Here's what it is.
Okay.
Just so you know, I'm upfront with you. And that's all it really is. It's not like, oh my God, I hate you. Like, stop talking. It's like, obviously speaking, it does seem that way sometimes, but it's like, hey, I love you, but here's what it is.
Okay, cool. Thanks for clarifying.
And you kind of like solve issues, because if you don't cut it off right there and then, he might get triggered. You might get more upset. It keeps going, and it's like, hey, here's what it is. End of story. Boom.
Cool. Thanks.
Real quick, so I'll touching on
All
that.
right, so yeah, they about to switch over to the Castle Club, which you can go to the Rumble to finish the rest of it. They carry the podcast on for like another hour and a half, but I did want to say I was gonna let it finish. Woman in the white suit coat right here with the red hair. Everything she said just a second ago was cool. That she understands the situation now where she's at in life, but the sad part is that she had to get to this age to understand it. That mean about 30 years of bad habits, and now you're at probably 50-something years old, and you're like, I understand how I should treat a man and what my role is with a man. It's like, you waited too late. You've waited too late. You're way too old now. Like you're at the age where a man is not even looking for you anymore. And if he is, he's just looking for your resources. He probably gonna try and finesse a little bit. But a serious relationship to really court you, why would he court you at this age? When 30 years ago you was at your prime, your best looking, and you could have got anybody. Now, it's exactly like the analogy he made earlier with the J-Lo situation. J-Lo at 25, hands down, still look better than J-Lo at 55. I don't care what anybody says. That's a fact. My favorite version of J-Lo, honestly, was when she was in Enough. I want to say she was like at her 30s. That's my favorite J-Lo. But regardless of the fact that still look better than now J-Lo at 50-something, close to 60. So this segment was telling, man, you had two boss babes. Matter of fact, three boss babes. One had to get checked. The other one had to get hit with reality. And the other one was just listening, also got hit with reality, but she was a lot more quiet about it. But they all got hit with reality. And I'm telling you, the one in the middle, she better follow suit correctly so that she don't end up like the other two women, even older, and now preaching that same song about how she understands and she knows her correction and where she needs to go, but it's just too late. I want to know what you all think about this. Like the video, comment below. Hopefully I didn't talk too much from what everybody's complaining about, because I talk a lot. I like to talk. It is what it is. JB Reacts, and until next time, peace.